What up, YouTube? It's Seth. Hey guys, how you doing? So coming to you today with some crazy hair because I'm just letting my hair grow out. So this is what happens when I let my hair grow out. It gets all crazy, gets out of control. Weird, right? But the fun thing is I'm coming to you guys today to talk a little bit about what happened last week. So we had a crazy week last week in terms of what games came out and all that stuff. So Fallout 4, we got Rise of the Tomb Raider as well. And then also we got Star Wars Battlefront just Tuesday. So there's a lot that's been going on. And I will have to tell you that Kyle and I have been hopping in and playing those games as much as possible to kind of give you guys just our views on it and more along the lines of just trying to find out about it more and more. So I am not nearly far enough in Fallout to give you guys my complete impressions of the game. What I can tell you is that it is huge. And it is one of those games that I feel like I'm just not built for it, right? So here's the problem with games like Fallout. If I don't get an exact path of what I'm supposed to do, I won't do anything. And I will get bored or I'll get frustrated, right? So even though I'm playing on the PC version, things are going okay. I have to go to this area and I keep getting killed by ghouls. It's like I'm frustrated and want to throw the computer against the wall. So I don't want to do that long term. I don't want to keep that up. I don't want to keep doing that thing. However, I will hop back into Fallout. But the reason why I'm not into Fallout right now is because of Star Wars Battlefront. So, if you guys have not played that game yet, and you are a Star Wars fan, I don't know what's wrong with you. The game is a beautiful game. It has a fantastic, well-built system of leveling up and using what's called the card system, which basically you can come into the match with a perk, and then like a cooldown perk or something that like energizes your gun with electricity so it's better against vehicles. Things like that. So there's a lot of cool things that go into the game, and it's a very well thought out game. And the only thing that I actually am not that impressed with is and I know that other people have thought this as well, but it's a lack of single player, right? They have a couple small little tiny missions, but it's not the single player, it's the campaign mode. So here's the other thing too. Then I started thinking I was frustrated about that. I was thinking about how grumpy I was that I couldn't just go through and play some sort of Star Wars story that they have created here. And then I realized that that's not what Battlefront is anymore. And if I think back to what it was even back when we played Star Wars Battlefront on my PlayStation 2, that's not what it was then either. It was something actually a lot less. It was kind of like Titanfall's campaign. And maybe I'm misremembering it. But even when I went back and played a year ago when they announced Star Wars Battlefront, the current one, I still didn't find that I was hopping into the campaign. It was just more multiplayer stuff, which is what I enjoyed. So there's a couple things. One, I'm sad there isn't a split screen, because that's where I played a lot of mine in Star Wars Battlefront with split screen with my friend. So no friends can come over and play this with me. That stinks. A. The other thing that's quite interesting, I'm going through the stinky things first, by the way. The other stinky thing about this is that it's almost like they didn't have much single player, so they just threw in some wave modes and stuff like that for single player. Well, those are actually kind of hard to beat as a single player too. So it's not a very good balance. You still want to bring in some of your friends to fight with that too. So I was grouchy about that. I was frustrated, and I was about ready to pop up a video and be like, and I actually filmed it, saying, why don't we have single player? Why isn't this here? And then I started to keep playing Battlefront, and then I realized what this game is. And I hate this word almost as much as I hate a community word, because everybody uses it so much now. But it's a platform. It is what will be built on for Star Wars in the future. What I'm hoping that they do with Battlefront is they don't do a Battlefront 2. You know what I mean? And EA, I almost said EA Sports, EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. I hope that they build on it and continue to release DLC, because we know that the Battle of Jakku is coming once they have released The Force Awakens in theaters. So we know that battle is coming. So right now we're stuck in an era of, you know, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, the Emperor, stuff like that. But we actually will be moving on to the next generation of heroes, and we'll have more heroes to play as we get into those sort of maps and those modes. So I guess I was really frustrated at first, because I thought, wow, again, here we are, a $60 multiplayer game. Crud. I'm really angry about that. But then I thought back to it and I went, no, I mean, not really. Because this game has a ton of game modes, actually. There's Hero Hunt, there's one where you can capture the pods. There's lots of different game modes in this that actually make it very fun. And actually, we were just on with a bunch of people the other night because everybody seems to own this game. And we were just a bunch of people playing with us, just a bunch of people that I know through other people. And it was actually quite fun to see that playing just fighting in the air in starfighter modes where you're just air battles, everybody's having fun with just that, and all we're doing is flying around shooting things down? Dang. It's the Star Wars element of it, right? And yeah, you know, if this was just a regular old game, maybe it wouldn't have that. But also, I also think of it this way, and maybe I'm giving DICE a pass here, but DICE could have really messed this game up. They could have really, really, really screwed up this game. And they didn't. The game is doing very, very well with the amount of players that they have online right now. They're doing awesome with the game modes, and they're spreading it out. And then the app is even pretty nice. It's kind of helpful as a companion. I won't use it probably in about a week. But it's nice to see that the app is actually going along with the game. You can buy other things. You can customize your character within the app. That's pretty cool. Now, so I will say this, I'm enjoying this game, and I was ready to just kind of be angry at this game and not be happy with it, and I can't be. It's actually a lot of fun, and I should have started by saying that I was torn by this game in the beginning, and I wasn't thinking about even buying it. Now here I am, I've bought a copy for the PlayStation, where I've spent most of my time, and I've bought a copy for the Xbox so that Kyle and I can play. And the truth is that because Kyle's so deep into his Halo stuff and so deep into his Fallout stuff, you know, unfortunately he hasn't sunk as much time into Battlefront as he wants to. And that's a good thing, because Kyle's going to be able to swing back around to Battlefront after the holiday periods, after we get all these games. So, that being said, it's a great, awesome time to be a Star Wars fan. And it's a great, awesome time to enjoy this game and just like it for what it is, you know? I know people are hurting it for not having a single-player campaign. I get that. But also, it's not like they lied to us. And I want to remind everybody of that. From the beginning, they said there would be no single player. That's fine. So why are we knocking something that said it was never going to have that in the anyway? We should judge the book by what it is and what they've told us what it is, right? So let me take this and put this in the perspective of just my point of view, right? You have Halo, which was advertised as the campaign of going after Chief, going after Locke, them fighting, blah, 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 blah. That's not what the game was at all. So, were you lied to? I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, there were those elements of it in the game, but that's not exactly what it was all about, right? You have a right to sit there and go, that's not what this game was supposed to be. You said blah, blah, blah from the beginning. So let's take this and compare it to Star Wars 2. They always said that there was not going to be a single-player campaign. So there you go. They said that it was going to have this, that it was going to have that, and that's all it was going to have. So, should we be mad about something that people have been honest with us from the beginning? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see if there's more games that come out that are more single-player based. It sounds like there's going to be. So, maybe we should wait for those and be mad if that doesn't come in? I don't know. I think a lot of us are just itching for a solid Star Wars single-player experience that isn't an MMO. Maybe that's what we're pushing for. I don't know. But I want to know what you guys think. So sound off in the comments below, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.